groom's extracurricular activities but me, I deserve a little slack. Besides, most of the gifts are from his family. And since he's threatening to sue me for the cost of the 2-carat engagement ring I fed to the garbage disposal, well, let's just say I'm glad I arrived early on that fateful day, or else I might even now be married to the lousy skirt chaser. Still, after all this, my mom, Thalia Metropolis, never gives up on the idea that someday I'll get married. Someday as in tomorrow or the day after that. So I can produce more little Greek children who'll suffer from their own cultural identity crises. And in case I needed a reminder of that, a prime example of what my mother thinks of as groom material sat on her plastic-covered sofa staring up at me with a goofy grin. He was Greek, of course, and he looked like he could do with a good salon referral, preferably one that included body waxing. I'd stopped by my parents' house to see if my brother Cosmos or my maternal grandfather, also Cosmos, were around so they could help me carry the mammoth area rug in the back of my Mustang convertible up the 2 flights of stairs to my apartment. It was a Saturday morning and a hot spring day in June, and I'd gone into the city to do a little shopping at the Chelsea Flea Market. And I'd spent the half hour, sans traffic, driving back to Astoria in the northwest corner of Queens, wavering between shopper's high and guilt. Of course, right now, all I felt was exasperation. The guy in front of me on the couch hadn't blinked, and I'm pretty sure I was scowling. "Sofie, I was just telling Temios that you might stop by." My mother came in from the kitchen carrying a tray of the standard Greek coffee, glass of water, and something sweet. In this case, the sweet was koulourakia, my mother's version of a Greek vanilla cookie that turned rock hard 5 minutes out of the oven and was inedible unless you first dunked it into the coffee. I looked back at Thamios. Sometimes it seems my mom always has another potential groom hanging around. On the off chance I might stop by, which happens often because I only live a block away, and yes, I admit every now and again I get a little homesick, but that's between you and me. My mom recently read that you can have your hymen surgically replaced and wants to schedule an appointment for me yesterday. So she's not ashamed on the rare occasions I go to church. Oh, and for the guys like Thamios that she's always trying to fix me up with because, no man wants a girl who's been around. I can see it now. Sofie Metropolis, P.I., and born-again virgin. "Thamios Kokotas, I'd like you to meet my daughter, Sofie." Mom put the tray down and leaned closer to me. "You could have cleaned up a bit." I was wearing jeans, a black lycra t-shirt, and a pair of Skechers slides. Comfortable, but not exactly groom-nabbing material. Not that I intended to nab any grooms in the near or far-off future. I stared at Thamios. Especially not this groom. "She's older than I thought," he said in Greek. I squinted at him. He couldn't possibly be implying that I wasn't the right bride material. "Is Grandpa around anywhere?" I made a point of asking my mother in English. "Funny you should say that," she said, sitting down on the far end of the couch and motioning for me to sit between her and the human chia pet. I ignored her. "He stopped by earlier, looking for you." I headed for the kitchen where my grandfather always hangs out. "Only he left straight after." My mother put the coffee, water, and cement cookie down in front of Thamios. "And before you ask, your brother's not here either. He went to some sort of seminar or another downtown." She smiled at her guest. "My son's going to be a doctor." That's doctor as in Ph.D., not physician, but try explaining the difference to Thalia Metropolis. And that's my brother, always expanding his mind and making me, his older sister by a year, look like an even bigger idiot. It was all I could do to graduate from high school 8 years ago, while he was now a year away from a double doctorate in psychology and education. Don't get me wrong, I'm proud of my little brother, but sometimes I think he stays in school just to get out of working at the family restaurant. "I've really got to go, Mom." I aimed what I hoped was a smile in Thamios' direction. "It was really nice meeting you. I hope you enjoy your visit to the States." "Visit? I've been here 20 years. Oops. I bent to kiss my mom's cheek and swiped a cookie at the same time. She caught my arm in a death grip, the kind only mothers know how.